So Troy Baker, who played as the original voice actor for Joel from The Last of Us 1 and 2. Now he said some very interesting things that made me extremely excited for The Last of Us 2 that I couldn't just keep the excitement for myself, so I desperately went down, started making this video so that I can share some of my excitement with you guys. So basically Troy Baker was invited to a podcast where he was asked a lot of questions about the projects he's been working on, and then he ended up going on and on about how The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be something that is going to blow every single one of our expectations off the charts. So this is basically what Troy Baker said in the podcast. I've scripted out every word that he spoke, so I'll put the screenshot on the screen while I also explain you guys what he's talking about so that you guys can read it if you want, as well as listen to me reading it out. So this is basically what he said. We've done such a good job in doing The Last of Us Part 2. I even learned more about Joel, and I'm that guy who walked into The Last of Us audition and said I know the truth about Joel. I knew his truth back then, but after Last of Us Part 2, I knew even more of Joel's truth. Now, if we have done our job right, people will question everything about The Last of Us 2, and I want fans to be able to challenge their own ideas about what this game is, what this world is, who the characters are, and everything basically. And I want people to go in open-minded to the story, and I love Joel and Ellie to tell their story and not the story that people think they want to be told. Now, if people go in open-minded to this thing, then I think they will have a completely different experience than if you go in close-minded. I think it was about a year after when Neil Druckmann said, "Come to my home, I want to walk you through the story," and after about an hour he reached the end. At first I was very delicate and taking notes, and I was like, yes, all of that is great, I just want to make sure of, but by the end of it I was completely silent. Like, I sat at the feet of the greatest storyteller ever. And so here we are, I think 3 to 4 years ago from that moment of him having the idea for the first time to now being literally days away from it being released. So he basically talks about the first time Neil and Troy Baker talked about the story of The Last of Us Part 2, like around 3 to 4 years ago. The game even started being produced, and again we find ourselves in the same position of I don't know whether people are going to like it or they're gonna hate it, but they definitely will not be ambivalent about it. Damn, not gonna lie, that was one hard word to spell. So after I Google searched what ambivalent means, I found out that it's basically nothing but having a different mixed feelings. So now Troy Baker actually says that Last of Us Part 2 is a really amazing story, but he wants all of his fans to embrace the story as what Ellie and Joel want us to see and not what we want Ellie and Joel to do in the game. So Troy Baker says that probably most of the fans are going to hate the ending of the game. Now this here is making me really nervous and extremely excited to know what's going to happen in The Last of Us 2, but one thing is for sure that either Joel or Ellie would most probably end up dead. So all I would say is we all better prepare ourselves for an extremely intense filled emotional story. Now according to Troy Baker, he says that the story of The Last of Us 2 was extremely good and the ending of the game just left him speechless, and he sure as hell is pretty confident in saying that most of the fans are not going to be liking what they're about to witness in the ending. Now I'm pretty sure that the game is going to leave all of us crying and even emotionally hurt forever now, dude. So he says the only way to experience and embrace The Last of Us 2 story is by going in with an open mind and accept the story of what Ellie and Joel wants us to see and not limit our expectations to what we want the story to be. And to be honest, I'm completely ready for whatever Neil Druckmann has planned in store for us, and I just cannot wait to get my hands onto the game. So please, Neil Druckmann, if you're watching this video, then please don't delay The Last of Us Part 2, man. I mean, we have all been waiting for this for years now, and we accepted the first delay, okay? But making us wait for much longer is something that we just cannot do. I mean, the game is already leaked and we are receiving so many story spoilers everywhere, and there are people literally sending me leaked gameplay videos on my Twitter, and I keep receiving so many DM requests on Twitter that intend to spoil the game for me. So like Troy Baker said, if the game is going to have an ending that's really going to blow our minds off, and if I even accidentally look into any spoilers by chance, then it is going to ruin the entire Last of Us 2 experience for all of us in the community, especially for those who have been involved in the Last of Us 2 community like Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube. These coming days and months are going to be extremely hard not to get spoiled off the game, and the game has already gone gold, to be honest, and I don't think it's the right time to delay the game, or at least we want to see a digital release if physical is not possible, and probably even give a CD key to everyone that has pre-ordered a physical version until they receive the disc would be really great as well. Looking at how long it is going to take for the world to go back to its normal stage at this rate, it might take months or even a year if our luck comes to a push. So guys, let me know in the comment section on whether you guys are going to be getting a digital version or a physical version of The Last of Us 2. And also guys, do not forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm currently working with the Ben Studios, who are the creator of the game called Days Gone, which is also a PlayStation exclusive. And now we're going to be bringing out some crazy new community events, giveaways, contests that includes a lots and lots of prizes. So if you're following me on Twitter, then you will get to take part in these amazing community events that we have planned for all of you guys. And also guys, leave a like on this video if you are excited for The Last of Us Part 2. And if you guys want me to keep making more of The Last of Us 2 content every single day, then the only way to show your support is if you guys drop a like on this video. That would also help the video out a lot more than you guys ever think. And with that being said, I will be doing a giveaway of The Last of Us Part 2 Standard Edition. So if you're someone that's stuck up with the global pandemic situations right now and don't really have the financial support to spend on The Last of Us 2, then I can help a very few of you guys by giving away a pre-order code of The Last of Us 2 on my Twitter. So if you're already following me there, then you should probably know that we always host all sorts of interesting community events and giveaways. And also if you guys are looking for a channel that will be covering The Last of Us Part 2 videos, from walkthroughs, non-spoiler videos, Easter egg hunts, tips and tricks, guides, news, and much more, then you should subscribe to my channel and turn your video notifications on. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Till then, take care fams, and goodbye.